line to the west end of the island, towards Morris Island, starting to bring you back here. Along the way, I of course will be telling you all about the island. Just like you guys did, keep your arms and your legs inside the trail at all times. If you are cool to eat or drink up more, that is fine with me. As long as you do stick your nervous system. Most importantly, please do remember to remain seated and on board the tram until we have come to a full stop at the end of the tour. Thank you and I hope you enjoyed it. Ask whether the islands are natural or man-made. The answer is actually a bit of both. The tram was carried westward by lake currents and then switched to the south by the Don River. The result was a 9-kilometer long stick in the shape of a giant check mark anchored to the mainland at the foot of Woodbine Avenue. In 1858, the spit was then severed during a huge storm, and the breach has since hardened into the Eastern Gap, which is one of two ways that boats can enter the city's inner harbor today. On your left-hand side is the new Franklin Children's Garden, which opened in June of 2005. It was named after and inspired by Paulette Bourgeois and Brendan Clark. The garden combines literacy with environmental awareness, which helps create a unique educational experience for young children on the island.
यहाँ पे जो लोग रहते हैं ना आइलैंड
White building on your right. Laboratory for the island water filtration plant. The current filtration plant just behind this old lab. There's the old facility I've been trying to built in 1911, which is only 1 year after Toronto became the first largest city in North America to use chlorine to disinfect its water supply. Each day during the summer, that plant produces about 475 million liters of drinking water. Rebuilding to the left, this is the original island School B Street. You can see the Gibraltar Point Lighthouse. This was built in
ये Lighthouse है वे ये देखो वो Lighthouse
in Toronto and the oldest lighthouse on the Great Lakes, although it went out of operation in 1958.
वो right side पे
नजर आया है? The lighthouse is only 60 meters high, but was then raised to
वो देखो Lighthouse
25 meters in 1832. In the 1870s, the weather vane on top of the lighthouse
लाइट रात के वक्त इसमें होती है ना
during a violent storm, and the lightning strikes were so powerful that it completely destroyed the stairs inside the lighthouse and then blasted the white beam off
ये भी
the lighthouse walls.
ये भी आप ले सकते हैं सैर करने के लिए वहीं से मिलती हैं
There's also a rumor that the Gibraltar Point Lighthouse is quite haunted and is the site of one of Toronto's best ghost stories. So, in 1815, the lighthouse keeper, Mr. J.P. Wheeler, was murdered. The usual tale told was that he was murdered by soldiers from Fort York, who called on him late in the evening looking for bootleg beer. This he provided, but when he saw that his friends were having a little bit more to further their supply, his refusal led to a fight. The fight ended with the death of Mueller. Now this is where it gets a little ugly. To hide their crime, the soldiers then cut up Mueller's body. Tiny, UV little pieces and threw his body parts all over the island. Still to this day, nobody was ever convicted of the crime. Rumor has it that Mueller's ghost still roams about the island late at night, looking for his lost head. Blockhouse Bay leads Toronto's inner harbor to the island filtration plant. It was named after the military blockhouse built at Gibraltar Point in 1799. Today, Blockhouse Bay provides many great resting spots for boaters who can moor their boats alongside the bay's dock wall here for a small fee, and the fee is usually dependent on the size of their boat. about an hour while walking from here to Towards Ferry Dock. A little bit longer, taking closer to 2 hours. Point was named after the Hanlan. These are the first families who lived year-round on the island. They settled at Gibraltar Point in 1862 and then opened a hotel nearby in 1878. Statue coming up to your left, erected in 2003. Also raised the most famous member of the Hanlan family, Mr. Edward Ned Hanlan. Now, as a child in the 1860s, Ned had to row himself to school from the mainland every day. He went on to become Canada's first international sports hero, holding the title of World Champion Sculler from 1880 to 1884. Part of his success is because he practiced, trained, and identified himself as a professional athlete, where other people at the time saw rowing more as a hobby rather than an actual sport. So on your right-hand side is the Ned Hanlan tugboat, which was built in 1930. It went out of operation in 1967, and from that year until 2012, it was held at the CNE Exhibition Grounds. That came to our Toronto Islands 3 summers ago to help commemorate Ned's efforts.
Edward Hanlan.
Over the course of his career, Ned Hanlan went on to win over 300 races and then went on to become a Toronto City Councillor. field is Center Airport. Opened in 1939, it's a several classes between aircraft. World War II, it served as a training ground for the Royal Norwegian Air Force. The airport is now accessible by a pedestrian tunnel. Travelers will descend 100 feet below Lake Ontario to access the Air Tunnel, and this whole trip takes approximately 6 minutes. Also a 10,000 baseball stadium, which was built in this area in 1910. This very stadium where baseball legend Babe Ruth hit his very first professional home run in 1914. Babe Ruth hit the province grade and onto the feed our Toronto Maple Leafs baseball team by a score of 9-0. Guys, we've all been waiting for, and it shows the reason why you wanted to be on this tour in the first place. So can you don't have to deny it, but you're unfortunately not going to get the best view. On your right-hand side, conveniently located just behind these trees, is the Hanlan's Point Clothing Optional, which was established in Canada. Now before heading to this site, I recommend you guys put on a little bit of extra sunscreen. You know what I'm talking about there. So it's one of those people that prefers to wear a bathing suit, not just let everything hang out. Don't worry, you are safe. The island has many clothing required sections. That come to the island like snow, cottonwoods, and other planks on the island. They use another great spot for bird watching. 1,500 species of birds have been observed on the island, and as many as about 60 make that here. the island, laid out at 19. Also coming up on your right is the island flight control. Remember, you're owned by the owners of the island by ferry if you wish to.
मेंटेन है सीधे जाके मारो मेंटेनेंस भी
the island from being washed away. The boardwalk is over 1.5 kilometers. Communities on Warrenton on Godwin Island, where about 750 people live year-round. There are approximately 260 houses on these islands whose residents have full access to police, ambulance, and fire rescue services. Civil services such as mail delivery, garbage pickup, and snow removal during the winter. Worldwide. They also take great pride in the fact that over the years, about 48 of their members have qualified for Canada's Olympic sailing team. The island comes from this big white mansion that you can see here at the center island ferry dock. It's actually the third house that was built by the RTYC because their first two were destroyed by fire.
ये देखो चर्च है चर्च ये वाली शादियों के लिए कहते हैं बड़ा मशहूर 2 साल की लंबी लिस्ट है अगर आप नहीं अभी शादी करनी है
Farm Farm, which is located in the back of Centerville Amusement Park. Farm opened in 1959 and
हाँ बहुत मशहूर चर्च है
on the best attractions for families. Farm is open all year long. The white rice, animals, horses, pigs, dogs, eggs,